Hi, I'm Fee from Clifton Cameras and we're here in Gloucestershire today to test the new Olympus OMD E-M5 Mark III. The E-M5 Mark III sits in the middle of the OMD series, sitting above the M10 range and below the EM1 range. At the heart of the new E-M5 Mark III, there is an all-new 20 megapixel sensor as well as the TruePic 8 processor that we have seen in the EM1 Mark II from Olympus. This is a tried and tested combination, so we should have a good idea of the image quality already, but it's really good to see Olympus bringing this to a more accessible price point within the range. So it's been 4 years since the Mark II was released, so in photography terms, that's a good old long time. And in this Mark III, we have seen a fair few upgrades and developments, improvements, which we're going to go through in a little bit more detail later on. So talking ergonomics, there's been a few updates since the Mark II. The hand grip and the thumb grip are much more defined on this one, so it just gives you that nicer feeling, nicer grip, and it gives you a bit better balance when you've got those longer lenses on. But it stays lightweight and portable, which stays true to the Micro Four Thirds system. So as with the Mark II, the Mark III is also weather sealed, as long as you're using a weather sealed lens as well. The only difference with this one, it's taken some of the upgrades and some of the learning experience from the EM1 range to just make it that bit more robust and basically a bit more of a perfect weather sealed product for this beautiful British weather that we always experience. So the Olympus OMD range has always been well known for their image stabilization, and the EM5 Mark III is no different. It's got a brand new image stabilizer in it that can compensate up to 6.5 stops. And this is great because it makes it perfect for the low light handheld photography, macro photography, and working with longer lenses, which basically means that most of us can leave that tripod at home, which really just pays tribute to the whole portability of this system. One change is that the camera now uses the BLS50 battery, but the power output has been increased. Combined with a new processor and the OLED viewfinder, this means battery life is comparable to the previous model. One of the features of the EM5 Mark III is the high-resolution pixel shift mode. This allows you to take a 50 megapixel still image when the camera is mounted on a tripod. This is great for still life photography, architecture, landscapes, product photography, any static subjects really. In this mode, you get loads of detail, which is great for when you want a pixel peep. So continuous autofocus is one area where the EM5 Mark III has had a massive step up. It now uses contrast and phase detection, meaning it's going to lock onto your subjects really quickly and track them really well. So with a fully articulating screen, excellent image stabilization and brilliant continuous autofocus, it makes the EM5 Mark III a great camera for vloggers and general filmmakers. The EM5 Mark III captures 10 frames per second in continuous autofocus. It also inherits the Pro Capture mode from the EM1 series of cameras. It's a real nice step up from the previous model. It's got loads of features, which is going to make it the perfect camera for all types of photographers. So head over to cliftoncameras.co.uk to find out more.